is lagging pretty bad.
This is CARBROS Podcast episode 41, live with a bunch of technical difficulties. Yeah.
Are they really hearing everything we say like way after?
Yeah, you guys hear what we say.
They got it twice, but now I fixed that problem.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for all the people who are attending this live. If you are attending this after the fact, that's too bad.
Can you play the theme song one more time?
Yeah. Oh, we can.
Can you play that intro again?
Yeah. Want it one more time?
No, don't fucking play.
We have the ability. We have the technology.
Don't play it again. What's up to our patrons? Very special hello. Thank you especially for being here. Very special hello to Jesse Rice, who is
Jesse?
Not only in the chat, but sent us... Ooh, that doesn't show up on the video too well. Well, he sent us some...
stickers.
These are Gang Family Squad Mafia stickers. So he has made the dream become a reality. Mailed them to us. Super great guy. Very generous. Thank you for those, Jesse. Those will find our way onto... either our cars or some unsuspecting victims' cars at car meets. So yeah, thank you for that. Oh, little donation. Thanks for that. Heavy Metal Hamsters. What's up, Lena? Saw you calling me out about the M5 video.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's in the works still.
He shriveled up.
It's almost there.
Why don't you come to California and help me finish it?
Yeah.
He took it personally.
How about that? Okay. Very exciting episode for you today, as promised. We're going to come at you hard with a mishmash of hot takes. First of all, I want to talk about the Kickstarter. We're trying to get the Fieri to Monterey Car Week this year.
It's going well, I have to say.
That is off to a great start.
Officially past the halfway point.
Yeah, we're at like 57% funded or something. The people who have donated so far, thank you very much for that. That is very generous. That is that's I would say better than we expected it to go.
Oh yeah,
so
by
far.
this point, yeah. But we still need to keep going.
Yeah, we're still like whatever $1,700 away from a successful.
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to be like an eBay auction where everyone jumps in at the end.
That is my suspicion. Is that there are people who are open to donating but are waiting because they're lazy. That's probably what I would do. It's like, I totally want.
Or they want to see if it like really has a shot.
Yeah.
They want to be the one that pushes it over the edge. Yeah. You don't have to wait.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys don't have to wait. Okay. But yeah, thank you for the people who have donated so far. And if there are any additional donations during this live stream, that would be pretty sweet.
And they will all go to the
yeah, if anyone wants to use the super chat donation button down there, that is awesome. That's the only money groveling that I will do. We were going to do something. Do we still want to do it? We're going to say like for $1, we'll answer your question.
Sure.
All right.
It's been said now, so.
It is now happening. If you want us, since it's too hard for us to keep up with the chat, like on a, it's too hard for us to keep a very close eye on the chat. So if you have a question for us that you'd like us to ask, donate $1. Yeah, pay up. And then not only does that make it easy to see, but it makes it easy to see who's serious about having their question answered.
The real big shooter.
So yeah, we're going to try that out and see if people either revolt or use it properly. Okay. First question or first topic of the night. French cars.
So like a week ago, like apparently Chrysler is going to merge, or like Renault and Chrysler like proposed a merger, like their plans to merge, which is, I guess it's like pretty big news in like that mainstream auto industry.
That's like FCA.
Right, yeah, FCA. So it would create this like huge, even bigger than what FCA
that's
is,
nuts.
Obviously. And I don't know, I guess they're not sure if that will actually include Nissan or not, because Renault is like a partner, or they have been a partner with Nissan for a long time. But with all their shit that's going on, no one's actually sure what that what that will actually mean for Nissan becoming part of that.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, people are like, oh, like maybe we'll start getting some like Renaults in the U.S.
Oh, they're
Right,
like
yeah.
they're trying to be like optimistic about it.
Yeah, and then I think apparently like Peugeot or Puget, as I like to
Yeah,
call it.
Puget.
Puget.
I
That's
believe is how
that's
they.
I pronounce it. Apparently, they're also planning to come to the U.S.
Oh wow.
I guess the question is, does anyone give a shit?
Yeah. Does anyone
about
care?
French?
Does anyone know anything or care at all about French cars? And personally, I don't.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure.
Well,
not.
personally, like I get them like mixed up. Like I'll see one,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, oh, is that the Peugeot Megane?
Yeah.
Like,
Right. I think I think there are actually good. There are some good cars.
Yeah.
I've just never researched it like at all because we can't buy them. So why would I?
Yeah.
Like I just don't really
it's one of
care.
those things like you sound cool if you know about them.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's like a cultured
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I just prefer French.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like right now. I don't really give a shit, but I feel like I could.
Mm-hmm. I
Like-
can see myself behind the wheel of a Puget
Yeah.
or maybe a Renault.
Yeah. The thing is like small little like dinky cars like that. I just don't think they do well in America.
No, they're not really made. As
'Cause-
much as people like to talk it up.
Yeah,
I wish we
they're
were more sophisticated.
yeah. Even I was kind of thinking that the other day when people are like, "Oh, mid '90s Hondas," and like we do that a bit too, or it's like
Right.
I miss like how small and whatever they were. It's
Right.
like even like an Integra on the highway looks pretty like weak.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they're so small.
And like you feel it when you drive it.
Yeah, it's like an American highway is like 5 lanes
You're going
or
80.
something. Yeah, you're going sustained 80 miles an hour. It's like small cars just, as much as I do like them in tight
They're
situations.
so romantic.
Yeah. They just, I don't know. They just like don't seem to do super well. So, I don't know. Somebody said Bugatti. Keith did. Is that a French company?
That's Italian, bro. Come on, look at that.
Oh yeah,
name.
Bugatti's.
No, it is French. Well, no, it's technically German.
But aren't they
I
like
don't
Audi
know.
or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's VW, right? Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of
Leave it
fake.
to the Italian.
That's a fake answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So when I was on my road trip, but I guess that's kind of irrelevant. One of the worst cars. I didn't know this existed. And then I looked it up, and it does. My internet research was confirmed by the fact that I was staring at one in a parking lot. But there's like a new segment of car, and it seems to just be Mercedes and BMW doing it. So I don't know if it's like more of like a high-end thing or something.
Premium.
But it's cool. It's like smallish SUVs, like crossover SUVs, but like like sportier
Sporty.
ones. So it'll be like a sloped rear
Right.
roof. It'll be like they'll make a normal shaped one, and then they'll make a version that's got like a fastback or something, but it's still
Right.
4-door.
Yeah.
And I can't wrap my head around
Apparently
why
people buy them.
somebody's buying them. And so it's the Mercedes GLC, I think, and the BMW X4. And it's like, that's got to be one of the dumbest
Oh yeah.
like segments. I think it's like, what is it, like lifestyle SUV or something?
I don't know who that's made for, or like who would want one of those.
Yeah, it's like
It's a very compromised.
I can't think of a more compromised because they'll also be like kind of performance, and so they'll have like low profile tires.
Yeah, it's like I want an SUV, but I don't want like a big cargo area.
Yeah, it's
or
like
headroom in the rear.
I want ground clearance, but I don't want a wheel and tire package capable of any amount of off
I
road.
want some 35 series tires.
Yeah,
I need some ground.
like I want a bigger car, but not with the advantages of a bigger.
Mostly, I'd like the awkward look of a coupe that's lifted up.
I'd like a 4-door, but I don't want the rear to have.
rear headroom, yeah.
I don't want it to be able to accommodate
I don't want
people.
anything larger than my children to fit back there. Yeah.
And I don't want it to have the classically good looks of a coupe.
Yeah, I want it to still be awkward looking, but I consider style to be important. That's why I'm
Just
not.
not good
That's why
style.
I'm not picking the. Yeah, that's why I'm not picking the like regular SUV. I'm very stylish, but only in a poor way. So, anyways, I just thought that was like certainly worth mentioning.
Yeah.
not that I mean, people can blow their money however they want.
I'm sure
but-
plenty of our viewers drive those.
Yeah. Sorry to offend anyone. Okay. What is? I've got some thoughts about this topic, but why don't you kick it off so that I can? This is the
I have the chat open. I don't
3 Series or whatever.
Oh, so pretty recently BMW came out with the new 3 Series.
Oh, did they?
I forget what it's called.
I lost track.
Whatever they're using, but it's like the next gen. It's like officially out.
G30 or something.
Yeah. And it just seemed. Do you remember like when that was like a huge car? When it'd be like, oh, there's a new like BMW.
Oh, like a big deal.
Like there's a new 3 Series.
Here comes the new yardstick.
Right. It seems like that car in particular just feels like so not irrelevant, but like a lot less relevant than it was even 6 years ago or something. That in particular feels like a car that's being like hit on all sides, from like Tesla and like, or people that just want SUVs.
Yeah, you know what I was. Okay.
Like imagine like I just bought a 3 Series.
I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna come at you from an angle you're not gonna expect me to come at you from.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do you know why the BMW 3? Yeah, bro. Do you know why the BMW 3 Series is irrelevant?
No.
Because the Model 3 is the new. That's the new 3 Series.
It's fucking lit.
Oh, by the way, we have a soundboard.
Surprise.
We're dabbling with soundboard. No.
No, I mean that's part of it. That and like people not buying sedans anymore.
Sure, I think that's more what you meant, right? It's
just in general, like it's being hit from like every.
Yeah.
It's not like an influential car anymore.
Yeah, but I think I agree.
Yeah.
It's like the fall of that car as a yardstick. Like
or it's just like a symbol of something. Like I bought a 3 Series. Like like Kia makes a 3. Like
everyone is. They're just kind of now in the mix because like if you like, well, here's the thing. This is why the 3 is the new 3 Series, because if you have a Model 3, you can be like, I bought a Tesla Model 3, and it does what buying a BMW used to do.
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's different,
right?
And kind of
it says something.
It's affluent. Yeah, it's like it says something or whatever. People get in it, and it's a big deal.
Right.
It's like the newest tech or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a way different driving experience. It feels like nothing else that there is. And right now it's like, thanks, Jason. And right now it's like everything else feels about the same, like including the 3 Series. Like they pretty much all feel about the same.
Right.
And so I was thinking, because I was driving a Model 3 the other day, this is what I think happened. Like everyone they kind of like dug their own grave. It's like, we're going to make the automatic. Okay, it's going to come with an automatic, but it's going to shift insanely fast. And we're going to have like all these motors that feel about the same.
It's going to be quiet.
But like we're going to put turbos on them so they have real low end torque. And like it's going to be a very isolated driving experience. And like it's going to get good gas mileage. And they all drove in this direction. And then the Model 3 is just like, okay, there's no fucking gears. It's silent.
It's its own thing.
It's everything that all these cars were striving to do, taken to a level that they can never get to. And all of those other cars gave up all the shit that made them cool.
Unique.
Like no one's going to care about the 3 Series even in the future. It's not like, but
yeah, I just think just in that market, there's just so many cars that are just like from all, not just from electric cars, but from small SUVs and like
it's just in the mix. It's just, do you want a slightly nicer
whatever
Sonata,
right?
Do you, because it doesn't drive any different. Like it doesn't feel any different. Maybe at the M3 level, but it's just like it doesn't mean what it used to mean. But the 3 does. The Model 3 is the one is nothing like any of the other ones. So I truly think that's now the car to beat. Like that BMW should have gone electric. Because
I'm sure they're working on it.
I'm sure they are now, but it's like it just made me realize, like, man, they just beat all these dudes at the all these other companies to the punch.
Lena says the Model 3 is super common in LA.
Yeah,
it seems more common than
sounds about right.
It should. I mean, it should be.
I heard in the Bay Area, it's even. Like,
You go to the Bay Area.
That thing is like a Civic.
You see like at least 1 in every 10 cars on the highway is a Tesla at least.
Yeah, in one of the 4 colors.
Yeah.
Julia is the best from that segment. I assume she means the non-3 segment.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, that car, it has personality.
Yeah.
The Julia is cool. I mean, like,
if you can deal with
owning 2 of them, so that one
when one breaks down,
one of them is like always on the road or whatever. Yeah, but I don't know, that just to me is like, as I was driving it, I was like, no shit, the 3 Series is irrelevant now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's just Tesla. There's just so many. That
I think
car,
everyone else kind of caught up to BMWs.
Segment, Is
Yeah.
like it used to be like, oh, dude, the new 3 Series, like here it is. Like,
Yeah.
Or like, I bought a 3 Series.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of the 3 Series, here's the hand. And I don't know
Flavortown. this might get out of hand quickly, but I'm trying to contain
as long
myself.
as you're the only one who has it.
Yeah,
If Garrett and I both had soundboards.
Oh
Right.
boy.
It would,
This would be,
Rails.
yeah. Here's like an open question to the audience. Is there a more like used by common people enthusiast car than the E36 M3? Like I don't know how to like properly structure that, but it's like I see like 4-door E36 M3s like busted
Yeah.
as hell ones being driven by like families, just like it's a cheap car, and like they have no idea that it's supposed to be special.
Right.
I think they're just kind of like driving it,
How did I get this?
and it's like mismatched wheels and
I
stuff.
always wonder like how do they, whether it's that or something else, like how do they get that car?
How'd they come
th-
across
This is
it?
Yeah.
what was available.
I think it was just like a used car lot thing or something. Like I don't know, but I've seen quite a bit of them where it's like that is not enthusiast
We need to
owned,
get rid of this.
Yeah.
and that was supposed to be an enthusiast car. Like I don't think that happens where people are like accidentally driving Corvettes and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like,
Carry my family around in my Corvette.
yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was funny, especially like imagining the guy like the team working on the E36 M3. Like, this is the new
Yeah.
scalpel, like whatever. It's like now people aren't going to care at all about these things.
Yeah, I always thought it'd be cool to like make a film, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
about like the life of a car.
Yeah, like
where, like it starts off like it's
Yeah.
just like metal in a factory, and
Yeah.
then you see it like whatever on a ship, and then it just shows like all the different people that own it.
yeah.
From, like original owner to like second owner, third owner.
Yeah.
And it just like gets revived or something.
I feel like there's like a Subaru commercial about that.
Is there?
Yeah, like the parents pass it down to the kids, and then the kid grows up and pass it down to their. I mean, it's
Well, I'm
it's
t-
very marketing,
Well, yeah, I'm talking more like
like a
you
realistic.
see like how degraded. The
I think
car
that'd be
gets.
cool.
like
yeah.
a documentary that takes 20 years to film because you actually follow
Yeah,
a single
or
car.
yeah, or you just imply that
Mm-hmm.
20 years have passed.
Glenn Knight said Ford Raptor. People driving enthusiast cars accidentally.
Yeah, that kind of makes. I guess
That's
like,
not
Yeah.
bad.
I want a big truck.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
It's the biggest one.
Those things are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. I like them, except how do you drive that thing? It's like as wide as a Hummer.
Yeah.
I don't understand. They're so big. Like you could not drive that outside of
No,
like
that's unwieldy.
Central Valley, California, and like Houston. Like, like a farm or something. WRX. I don't agree with that one. Miata's pretty good.
Your base model muscle car. What was that? A couple weeks ago, I sent you guys a video of that Challenger that I saw.
Yeah.
It was just like a V6 newer Challenger that had, I think it had like straight pipes on it.
Yeah,
And it was just like
it was
the
very.
It was
most
super
awful.
It
loud.
sounded awesome.
Just like,
If you drive, the thing about like, if you drive a Mustang, Camaro, both spellings or Challenger,
uh-huh.
you're driving a Mustang
Also,
or
yeah.
Camaro, or so you're not like you're like whoops.
Yeah,
You
here
know?
I am.
M3 kind of does that, like especially the newest model. You'll see just what appears to be like rich people kind of in one,
Right.
and I think they just wanted like the most expensive, whatever
At
it
the time,
was.
yeah, it was the good one.
Yeah, they just wanted like the toppest model. Yeah. Anyways, good discussion. Okay, here's a real hot button. Here's something the other mags won't pick up. Funniest car names.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where this came from, but they're like not. Yeah, I guess funny names. Like I came up with a list, and because I think I was researching something about the like Jeep pickup, the Gladiator.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The new one, and they had one in like there's like a special one in like the early, I think it was like late 70s. It was kind of like Comanche looking like pickup things, but it was called like the Jeep Honcho.
Oh, Honcho.
That's a good
And I was
name.
just
That's
like,
pretty
I
sweet.
was like,
Yeah.
God damn, that's a sweet name.
They should bring that back.
Yeah, like this
Honcho edition
It
or
was just kind
something.
of like very like 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And I was like,
I remember what Amigo was one.
yeah, there's
yeah.
Izuzu was kind of the king.
Yeah.
They had
There's
the Amigo and they had the Ombre.
oh yeah, the Ombre.
Yeah, they went this like whole Spanish route.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Can you imagine driving a car called the Ombre?
I know an Ombre. What'd you get? It's an Ombre.
Uh-huh.
Damn. GMC Jimmy's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good
Yeah,
too.
Jimmy. Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
And then you also have oh no.
I was
Isuzu's
talking
that.
with a friend of ours about the like new like Chevy has a new Blazer.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like a kind of like fancy
Right.
crossover. It's like, I
Oh,
wonder if
that's
GMC is going to come out with the Jimmy.
Yeah, they'll bring the
Yeah,
Jimmy back.
edition, yeah.
Yeah, get him.
Oh, Dodge Rampage. That's a, my dad had a Dodge Rampage.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Kia Rondo. Bob Roberts coming in hot with Kia Rondo.
Yeah, that's a solid.
Dang, we should be paying you.
Uh-huh.
I know I super chat money to that guy.
I remember the Daewoo's have some funny names too, like the Daewoo Lanos.
Yeah, that was
New
pretty
Bira.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chevy Citation's pretty good too. Nothing strikes fear into
Like a
the
citation.
Chevy Citation, the Chevy Declaration. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh man,
Isuzu Ombre.
yeah, these are some good ones. We should let these topics linger so that our
I parked the Ombre next to the Honcho.
Yeah.
Geospectrum. Are these people just making this stuff
Oh,
up?
yeah.
Is that-
That sounds familiar.
is that
Spectrum.
actually true? We've got
Rondo.
yeah, I don't think we're gonna top that. Thanks for that, Bob. This is a solid audience. You know they can like dredge. That guy was like spitting his food out.
Yeah.
Kia Rondo.
I gotta get it on
I
there.
have 3 of them. Finally, honey, come in here. They're talking
Wasn't
about
that
the
thing
Rondo.
like some kind of like half-ass like minivan?
I don't
thing?
know. I
I don't know, John. Why don't you bring up the Rondo
Yeah.
for us?
Get us a Rondo up on the screen.
Yeah. Oh
find a good
man.
one. Man, it's a looker right now. Let me tell you right there. Let's see, picture in picture. There we go. This is what we're working with right here.
Ooh.
That's not bad.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Are you,
That's-
oh yeah, there you go.
Give that sound effect.
Which one?
You know which one.
This one?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, that looks pretty. That looks like something.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of just looks like they took a legacy wagon and like stretched some.
Right. It's like the most generic looking,
Yeah.
like, kind of half minivan.
Like they sat down with like the patent lawyer and like, how much do we need to modify this design so we don't get sued?
Yeah.
And he's like,
I would say that car was ahead of its time.
yeah.
yeah, maybe.
2009.
2009.
Mm-hmm. That's a modern car right there.
That car just looks like the recession.
Oh wait, here's the 2019 Rondo. Oh, it's upgraded a lot.
Oh,
Wow.
it's got that new.
Wow. It's like come up.
It's got that
Yeah.
new corporate front.
Looking, looking good.
Coming along.
Yeah.
Pile the kids into the old Rondo and
Yeah.
I'd just like to take a moment to shout out to Jason Hayward's wife, Lisa, who is being forced to sit through this.
Sup, Lisa?
Sup, Lisa. I hope I got that. I hope I got that combination of names correct.
and she has a convertible
Oh yeah.
Mazda pickup on her property.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's his brother. I thought. Didn't
Oh,
it?
is it?
His brother
think
won
it's
it.
his-
No, I think his brother won it. Remember, in a raffle.
It's a team project.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's ridden in it.
Yeah, I'm sure she's a big fan of it. I think on his Facebook page it was like she
My wife was
she wants to get rid of it. So.
What?
Yeah.
Shock.
Cut him some slack, Lisa. Come on. Okay. All right. Here's another one hot off the sizzle, the sizzle press. So I drive a
Forerunner.
I drive a 4Runner. I was gonna say I drive a '90s vehicle.
It's a 99 Toyota 4Runner.
It's a '99. It's a little gem.
Yeah.
Which I do love that thing. But it has a power antenna on it. They'll like turn on the radio. They'll like. And I was just like, is there a more?
Wait, yours is functional?
No.
Okay.
It makes the sound. The motor's functional.
Oh, the motors. Yeah.
The motors seem reliable. Is there a more like busted old feature on a car than power antennas. Like they're always fucking broken.
Yeah.
And no one ever.
I think it's like I don't think about it because they're always broken even when I like get
Right,
the
yeah.
car.
Yeah, I think you just end up like.
And the radio still always works decently
It's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, like it doesn't even need that.
Yeah, it's
What
like,
is the
what was
purpose
the
of
point
this?
of the antenna?
Yeah.
If like the radio works. Yeah, it's just like always busted. And like I looked at it, like when you first get a new car and you put a bunch of effort into like fixing stuff because you're all like enthusiastic about your new purchase. I did a bunch of stuff and I was like, I'm going to fix that antenna too. And I got as far as like Googling antenna masts and stuff. And I'm like, I really don't want to fuck with this. But yeah, that's truly like a sign of like you're taking care of the car. If you turn on the radio and the power antenna works,
Yeah.
it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Or like it retracts all the way.
If you're selling a car with a working, that should definitely be mentioned.
Babied.
In
Yeah,
the ad.
it's like, we know that guy took care of that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always funny though, because like the motor will still work, and so it's someone's car. Like every time, they're like, "All right, let's go," and they're like, turn the car off, and it's like, ging, 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 ging. It'll be like catching on something. You're like, oh yeah, it does that. It's like,
I got used to it.
it's like, yeah, sorry. Pop-up headlights. No, those work,
Hopefully.
don't they? Yeah, I feel like those.
More often than not, at least one of them.
Yeah, as long as you got one of them working.
Yes, power seatbelts is a good one.
Yeah, that was our second choice, I think. The automatic seatbelts.
Yeah.
They get like caught on the
Keith said AC. That's actually not a bad answer.
Yeah.
Like, for whatever reason, that's like one of the most critical
Especially in California.
parts of having a
Yeah.
car,
Or
and
anywhere,
people
like
just
the
like won't.
Southwest.
It's
and
like,
it often it doesn't work.
Yeah.
the AC won't. It's fucked. I don't know.
It does.
I think it needs to be recharged, or it needed to be recharged like 10 years ago.
It's just
Yeah.
gonna be really hot in here.
Yeah, I just drive with the window down, and like this pool of sweat on my back. Like, it's 90 degrees. Okay, so we've talked about this a bit before, but it is a subject that I believe warrants a bit more horse beating, and that is well. So we've talked about how bad automatics were.
Yeah, we actually talked
and,
about
like,
this a little. We have our new bonus podcast for patrons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we coming out on this Friday?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we now have a Patreon
Only,
exclusive podcast.
Yeah.
That will be once a month, the first Friday of every month. We're going to be posting that for
Yep.
patrons. And so that'll come out this Friday. So we recorded that. So we talked about this a little bit.
Yeah. Just, we
so
we
spoiler
kind of
alert.
talk about like how
Don't
automatic.
spoil it, bro.
Okay, let's say we talk about automatic transmission.
Yeah, we talk about, and we have in the
And
past
how-
as well.
Yeah,
There
it's
we
not the first time we've broached the subject.
Yeah, but I think what we were talking about today that we were laughing about is like high end cars.
Yeah,
with
these
automatics.
cars that were really high end.
Yeah, like it's one thing if it's like a Civic or
Right.
something. It's like it was way more fun with the stick.
Or even a
or
Miata,
whatever.
which is like whatever.
Yeah.
It's weak with an automatic, but it's cheap.
Yeah, but I was thinking like how funny it is that they made like the NSX
With an auto.
with an automatic,
Yeah.
and it was like a weak. It was like a 4-speed or something, and so it's like not only does it ruin the car, but they would frequently be like lower powered motors.
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars like even in fairly recent history that would have like entirely different motors. I
Yeah.
mean, not entirely different, but like different cams, different like
Yeah, like-
compression, different.
I don't know what the deal was, but yeah, it's like, oh, the auto you lose like 25 horsepower or something. It's like, and it costs more.
And it gets like 3 miles to the gallon worse.
Yeah,
than
it's
they
like
used to, at
it's
least.
like what, and so I was just thinking like, just imagine someone like, I bought an NSX, dude. I'm bringing it over. Like, oh fuck, like NSX. Those things are like 60 grand. I was rolling up in some like yellow NSX, and it's an automatic. And you're
Just
like,
instantly
sick,
disappointed.
dude. And you're like running up to it. You just be like,
Oh,
ew.
yeah. You want to take it for a spin? It's like,
Yeah,
no
I'm
thanks.
gonna go for a ride. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how. Like, I assume they were. How good could they have been? They
No, I think
couldn't
they
have
were
been
bad.
good. I've never driven one, but
They
like,
had to. I can't imagine.
they must have been bad. There wasn't.
Yeah,
There wasn't
the aforementioned E36 M3. is
Yeah, that'd be
the one.
another bad one. Yeah, automatic.
Didn't we always used to make the kind of like screwed up joke that like an automatic in those cars were like only for people that like were injured at work.
Yeah.
You said this last time,
Yeah.
and I don't remember, and I still don't. I don't
You
remember.
probably just took it out of your mind because it's so tasteless. But it's like, oh, these are cars for people that like got like in like an accident at work and got like a settlement.
This is like
So they had a lot of money and wanted to buy a sports car, but couldn't like
This is like the workers' comp.
couldn't operate a clutch pedal.
They have one working leg or something. They like drop something heavy on the.
Yeah, but they got a big check, but then they couldn't. That sports car couldn't be a stick.
Right.
Yeah. That's
I mean, automatic Corvette is
That's not
but
bad.
not as.
Right.
It's a little more in line with like the
Yeah.
boulevard image.
It's so weird. I don't know what it is that makes a car need one or the other. Because like I was thinking about the Grand National, like that's an 80s car,
Right.
And its performance, and you could only get them with automatic. And
Sure.
it's like, yeah, that car would have been kind of weird with a stick.
Yeah,
like-
automatic makes sense.
Like it just suits it a lot more. In that
Well,
case.
because remember it used to be like, oh, if a car's a turbo, you don't have to let your foot off the gas. You can keep the boost. Boost going.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. I don't know.
The Plymouth Prowler. It's
For what? Names?
automatic only.
Oh, I thought it was funny names.
I guess that thing was kind of more of like a cruiser.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, people are killing it in the chat.
Classics.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in here. Okay, let's just keep it going with the 90s theme here. I'm assuming this doesn't happen anymore, but the gold emblem package.
Oh, do you remember that? Like,
Yeah.
it was like
Like on Toyotas.
Shit,
or
yeah, I
Lexus.
do.
yeah, like Lexus, Honda,
Yeah.
Toyota. I don't know if it was a factory. I don't think it was a factory.
I think it was.
Wasn't it?
I don't know.
I see it way too often.
I know it was
for
very
not to
common,
be-
but I don't know if it was like an option, like on like a window sticker, like gold emblems. And it was like very common, like mid '90s.
You don't
Yeah.
think it was an option on the
No, I
window
know.
sticker?
I don't know.
But it was from the factory.
There's a lot of 4Runners with gold emblems. I don't
Yeah.
think that's
Is
like an
there?
after the fact thing. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of like
But I
ES300s and
wonder
stuff.
if it was a
Dealer
you just-
installed.
or just like you checked it off, like the gold. This has the gold.
I think so.
package.
I assume it was. Yeah. It is very, it is like a very noticeable for how minor it is. It's like super noticeable when you're next to a car. It's like, oh, those are some gold ass emblems. You know? Like,
Yeah, 'cause the idea would always be like a forest green. With
Yeah.
like the gold. It was just weird because it didn't really like look good. Like I don't know whoever decided like this looks good.
yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh yeah, like that is.
Yeah,
like,
it's not
a
even-
it's an Accord.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, is that gold emblems?
yeah. Oh, I changed.
Maybe I will sleep with this guy. You know? Is that an LX? First, I thought he was a creep.
Yeah, but I remember I
saw the
bought
H.
in like 2005 I bought a Lexus SC300.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
it had
I
like
that
the
car.
gold.
Ooh.
It had the gold emblems, and like
Premium.
immediately like I didn't want them gold, so I just like painted them black.
Oh really?
Not because I like especially wanted black emblems. I was like, man, this gold is like fucking tasty.
It's
It was
a little
like
too
the
flamboyant.
car itself was champagne gold.
Yeah, with
And
gold.
then it had like the bright. I was like, what the fuck?
Did you
The gold on gold.
pull them, paint them, and then
Oh,
reapply
I
them?
did, bro.
Damn,
Damn.
that's
Pretty
That's like
I think it was spray.
Did you
paint.
do it yourself?
Yeah, bro.
That's like
DIY.
That's like
Yeah.
the most
DIY.
I've seen. What the biggest mod you've done yourself?
yeah, a little wrench
Yeah,
turner.
little shade tree mechanic.
Yeah.
action.
Okay, well, yeah, the thing is like there's some stuff from the 90s where it's like, oh, that's aged well, or like that looks kind of cool. Like two-tone cars in general is like kind of a 90s nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
The gold emblem's not so much.
It has not aged.
It's just not. It's not like not yet, at least.
I can never see that coming back.
I don't think so. I think it needs another decade to judge.
But it's weird because when if you think of like gold, you think like something like kind of super tacky.
Yeah.
Like ooh, who would want like gold emblems? But it was like no, these are just like normal people. That
Yeah.
I have the gold package.
I wonder what else it changed. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Now the trend is blacked out badges.
You could, yeah, that,
Like Nissan's Midnight Edition.
yeah, the whole badge thing. Sometimes it
Well, on
looks
the
good.
subject, can I say that blacked out taillights, like when you
Yeah.
Tint them.
that I don't think there's like a trend
Yeah.
that I dislike more.
Is there a trashier thing you can do to a car?
Smoked
It's like
lenses.
not aesthetically pleasing.
Well, it's not even
it's
like
borderline dangerous.
yeah. One thing is like you buy taillights that are darker.
Right.
Like that's bad.
Like
you're talking about like
smoked or whatever.
you're talking about like a spray.
Or a spray or like a film or something.
Yeah, like a spray on. Yeah, that's
But like it looks it's
pretty bad.
Obviously, there's a big group of people that like, oh yeah,
yeah. It's not
the red
uncommon.
lights just look better black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah, it never looks good. I have not I have never been a fan of the like murdered out
No.
like flat black look.
Yeah.
Even factory shit. Like
Oh,
even
yeah.
when they'll offer it and it's like
Right.
crazy expensive.
SLS or
Yeah,
something.
I've seen it. The only time I was like indifferent instead of negative about it is I saw it on a Jag, one of those like bigger bodied like 4-door newer
Right.
Jags,
Yeah.
where it's like a XKR or something. You know, it's
Right.
like a
Or XJ something.
yeah, it's like a Y. It's like a long
it's the sedan, like the,
something.
the
yeah.
big sedan. Yeah.
And so it's like it's a big sedan with presence, and it was like a factory matte, like
Right.
dark gray or something. I was like, yeah, that's like cool.
Acceptable.
Like, all right, fine. But the majority of them, I'm like, God, just don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a couple times when I've like been looking at used cars
Mm-hmm.
and I'll see one. It's like, oh, this doesn't look bad, and then you see like, what the like, oh, someone black. Nope.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
just like
it's
what
like,
that tells
nope.
you. No.
Mirror tinted windows, Yuri says. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
In a way, that's almost like so cheesy that it's sort of cool.
Yeah, if
you
we're
know?
talking about which one's trashier, he makes a good point.
Yeah, when you're talking.
Well, okay, okay, you got a little something there. Yeah. Lena was saying the flat black stuff's like $5,000 usually, like paint.
Oh,
off.
Oh
That's
yeah,
pretty
or like
good.
BMWs or just any. Yeah.
Take the
Yeah.
sheen off of it.
And usually they come with like very specific instructions on like how to wash it. I think.
Oh, I'm sure it's a huge
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
Like I can just see someone like accidentally waxing like a quarter of the hood or something and it gets glossy.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
What'd you
fuck.
do?
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Yeah. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate that. Yeah. Speaking of paint options, this is like that just made me think about that that 918 that we drove,
Yeah.
the Porsche 918,
Mhm.
the silver that car was painted. Did I tell you about
It
this?
was like, I remember you saying at the time it was something
Yeah,
crazy.
factory paint options, like I don't know why they're so expensive. Like BMW will do like individual stuff and it's like
Right.
$5,000. It's
Sure.
like you can pick your own color, like
Right.
these
Yeah, I think
non-standard
VW
colors
does
or
that.
whatever. Yeah, and so it's like it's become kind of a common thing for high-end cars to have expensive paint options.
Sure.
And the 918, that silver, you
Mhm.
can get I forget what it's called. I should have looked it up, but it's like liquid silver metallic or
Right.
something. And they pull it off the production line and
Take it to Mako and then they really
no,
give it the
it's
works.
like it's like
Executive
12
treatment.
like hand polished coats or something. Yeah, and it's like 60 grand that option. 60 for the paint. For the paint. Yeah, it is nuts.
But on a car that's $900,000. I mean,
Yeah, I mean the car. Yeah, it's like okay, fine, but like I wouldn't know. I just don't. I'm not that educated about paint quality.
Right.
Sometimes I can tell.
No, I'm pretty
Yeah.
bad at that.
You're bad or good?
Bad.
Yeah, like I'll be like, oh, this car has like nice paint or whatever, and so like I just don't. I would have just been like, this is nice paint. Like
yeah.
I would not have been like, hold on,
Right.
something is different about this car. Like tell me what it is.
Grumpy Modeler says chameleon paint is very early.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, chameleon paint. Chameleon paint's kind of cool though. I don't know.
Do you remember like it was an internet video trend like a couple years ago where people would post like color changing paints and it was obviously always edited. Like, you know, someone was sitting there
was
with
it?
like those like LED remotes that could change the color.
Oh,
And
that's
it was like a
dumb.
Jeep and they would like push a button and the Jeep would change like yellow, purple, and all these people like at my work came up and were like, did you see this paint that can just change color? I was like, dude, it's fake. It's fake, dude.
Saw it on the internet,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, it
Gotta be
is?
real.
Yeah.
I remember there was the Mistachrome Cobra. Mustang Cobra.
Yeah, that's what you're talking
96.
about, the like color changing
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Yeah, I
They
mean,
used to rap about like chameleon paint.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like custom. I like
I mean, there
I
was
like
a
that
rapper called
exists.
Chameleon.
Oh, millionaire.
Chameleonaire.
I like the options. I just thought that one was nuts. The 64 G's thing. I mean, it did look nice.
I'm talking about.
Oh, is that a Mistachrome?
There it is.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I think that looks good.
But it's very early 2000s.
Yeah, it's pretty dated,
Dated.
but in a good way. I think. Man, I really like those Cobras. I kind of want one of those things.
You want a lot of cars, though.
I do.
Mistachrome kind of reminds me of a Christian Reese Lassen. It's like a vision from his world. Well,
It's kind of like tripping when he paint.
a little spoiler of what's coming up.
Yeah.
Like, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Speaking of cars that I want, I just drove our friend Nathan. Has a
What's up, Nathan?
what's up, Nathan? I think he's in the
Yeah,
chat.
he might be in the chat still.
He's got a 2018 Camaro SS 1LE in white, and I just drove that yesterday. And then I did a little like Patreon video or something. So if we've given you many reasons to sign up for the Patreon tonight, I'm just
If you want to
saying.
see Coin putter around town,
Yeah, if you want to see like probably one of the least inspiring video reviews of a 1LE,
tune in.
sign up. Yeah, check it out. Not bad.
Can I just mention that these drinks we are drinking are one of the most disgusting things I've ever tasted?
Yeah, these are pretty bad.
Where did you get these from?
I brought an ice chest to. I have a friend who's going to college. It's this 20-year-old girl, and she invited me to her going away party. And I brought the ice chest. Like, do you have an ice chest? Like, no. So I brought the ice chest. And then people come to a party and they add drinks to it.
BYOB. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'm leaving. She was like, take the ice chest. And so it was full of
Swooped up
stuff.
on these.
Yeah, and these are in it, and I thought they were funny because we usually drink like John's girlfriends,
Yeah.
super feminine
Let's
booze.
just say they don't taste especially
It's
great.
not that great.
Yeah, these are like carbonated rosé
Yeah.
wine.
Bubbly rosé. Yeah.
They're so bad. We should have waited till the podcast started to open them because we were all just like, ugh.
Yeah, our initial reactions are now after 20 minutes, it's
Yeah,
kind of
after
growing
you
on
can't
me.
taste it anymore. Hold on.
Yeah. Nathan says sup.
What's up,
Oh,
Nathan?
there.
Yeah.
Sup,
He
dude?
also actually has the Fieri in his possession.
Yeah, Nathan is
Right
our
now. He is
Nathan's our mechanic.
diagnosing.
Yeah, he's the guy who has volunteered to fix the. We just started like slowly mobilizing for Monterey,
Right.
Because we're assuming people are going to
Yeah,
come
we're,
through.
We're optimistic.
Yeah, we're like cautiously optimistic, and so we started moving in that
We
direction.
sprayed some of the bugs off of it.
Yeah, and so our friend Nathan has graciously
He's become the caretaker.
offered to be the mechanic who works on it. Yeah, and
so
it's
he's
over.
like taking a look to see what all
so,
needs to be done. So,
yeah. Shout out to Nathan. Thanks for that, dude.
Please, check out that Kickstarter because we are getting close.
Yeah.
Kind of close.
Keith asks if I'm going to drive his RSX for Patreon. Sure, bro.
Yeah, bring it down.
You come to me, I'm not going to you. What the fuck you think this is? Come on.
Oh, fire up the corporate jet.
Yeah, I'll meet you at the airport.
We'll roll it out. So I don't know. Should we open it up to see if anyone has anything else?
Sure. I'd say we do one more. I'd say one more topic.
Do we have anyone?
Yeah.
All right.
I want to talk about. There's this phenomenon. Did you put the mirror back on? No, we didn't.
No.
Oh, no, the mirror is still.
It's lost. It's gone.
Oh, really? Oh.
The mirror is like broken in
Yeah,
pieces
it's
in my yard.
It's destroyed.
Do you?
That was like a $3 mirror from Kragen.
Yeah,
too.
we'll get a new one.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You guys should roll up to a Ferrari dealership in that thing, says Lena. We have thought about that. We've thought about taking it to one for service.
Yeah.
And
crossed
like
our
filming it. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty funny. Like trying to do like major service. Can a dealership turn down a car?
I would assume if it's not
Yeah.
made by them.
Yeah.
They can do that?
I would assume so, yeah.
I don't know if
They
you have
can't
money.
turn it down.
If you have money, yeah, that's like a law.
Or like
You
they just
can't
like fuck
refuse.
us over and like charge us real Enzo rates, but just
That's what I'm
buy
thinking.
Pontiacs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be pretty funny. Anyways, we have thought about that. I wanted to talk about there is this phenomenon that happens when you're driving a shitty car. Actually, this may not be. Other people may not do this. I did this. Well, here's what happens no matter what. If you're in a nice car and someone comes up behind you quickly, like on the freeway or something,
if you're driving a nice
you're stopped
in a nice car.
Any car.
Okay. Yeah.
And someone comes up behind you and you're like, please stop.
Right.
Like that kind of thing. Like they'll come up on you kind of hot.
Oh yeah.
You know? And you're just like looking in the rearview mirror and you're like, oh God. You're kind of like,
you're like pre-bracing for the impact.
yeah, you're like tensing up, you know, because you're like, this could be it. Like, here it comes.
Yeah, well, it's usually like you'll be driving in whatever situation. You're like, oh shit, like this guy's stopping in front of me.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You like,
stop.
and you're like, oh, correct, sweet, I made it. And then you're like,
you look up.
your
and
eyes
you're like,
immediately go to the rear view.
Yeah,
mirror.
you're like, oh, man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what I usually do is like the guy behind me will stop, and then like one more, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
like
I'm safe.
now you can get rear-ended.
Yeah,
you know,
now,
like
now the train can.
the shockwave's not gonna go.
I'm out of the ground zero.
Yeah, it's like it's not gonna go 2 cars. Like I'm probably pretty safe.
It's funny. I took the Subaru route the other night just because our friend was in town, and so he wanted to meet up, like a friend from high school, and so I finally got the Subaru out. Now that it has racing brakes, they squeak super loud unless they're up to temperature. And so the first couple stops, like everyone's looking at me like I'm fucking weird, and so then on I would like get up to like cruising speed, and when I was coming to a stoplight, I would brake pretty much last minute, which was dangerously close. Yeah.
To avoid the squeak.
Yeah.
Because you were like self-conscious about the
A
squeak.
to warm up the brakes, and B to avoid the squeak. But yeah, I'd be going like 50 to 0 in like 20 feet or something.
It's very race car of you.
Uh-huh.
Fuck it. Yeah, well, the other side to this that I used to do, I had this 98 Civic that I like drove into the ground. It's like a total piece of shit. It was an HX. I don't miss it, but I didn't hate it. It was a very
Loyal.
reliable, loyal car. But I'd be driving down the road and someone would come up to a stop kind of hot or just something where it's like, oh, they could hit me. And I always used to think, like, if it wasn't like, oh shit, this is bad, like they're coming up really fast. If it was just bad enough where it's like, this will total the car but not hurt me.
You're already thinking about what you're going to get next.
Yeah, I used to kind of be like, ooh.
Yeah, daydream for a split second.
It's like, this could be it. Like, I wouldn't panic stop.
Uh-huh.
But I wouldn't be like, here comes a little. Yeah, they never hit it, but I was like, oh, this could be the end. This could be a swift exit.
Maybe I can get a GSO.
Yeah, I can get a little insurance money out of this situation. Yeah, it never happened, but I always thought that was funny. And then when like I'll drive something nice, like the M5 or something, when I'll see people doing that, I'm like, here it comes. This car's gonna be ruined. Like, you're gonna wreck this car. Like, you're just like, someone's rolling a stop. You're like, here he's gonna like,
it's coming.
Yeah. Like the amount of times that I'll drive, it's like at least once a day when I'm driving, someone will do something where I'm like, don't do that. Like, I'm like talking out loud, like, don't do, no, you're like, don't, like something like that, trying to like predict what other people are doing. Oh man. Okay. Well, is that short? I think we're good. 15.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed this.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, epic dabbling in soundboard podcast. I have instructed John to buy 3 soundboards.
Yeah.
This was the test.
Can we hear like a bit of that soundboard? Before
We just got the classic. And then.
Me so horny. Me so horny.
Anyway.
Yep.
Anyways.
Just imagine that times 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for being here. It means a lot to us when like people actually show up to these things. That's pretty sweet.
Yep, it's fun.
That's pretty enjoyable. Don't forget the vinyl. Yeah, Jason, we were just finalizing that, so we'll be sending that to you.
Hopefully this week.
Yeah, hopefully this week.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys for being here. Hope you enjoyed. And see you next week, and see you on Patreon for all the new patrons who
top secret
are going to join after this.
And yeah, do check out that Kickstarter.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
We will see you again.
Bye, Lena.